And it's rolling.
Oh,
Give me 1 second though.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Give me 1
there
second.
you go.
No, I'm serious. I gotta get some gum. My breath was stinking.
Oh man.
The lady
Hey
at the front
everybody,
said
welcome
that
to
it
the
was thinking.
Cafe of Knowledge.
She still want me,
Glad y'all tuning in today. We do have another request, and we're gonna shout. This request came from Kiana Law. Yeah, so what's up, Kiana? This is Kiana's request. We do ask people, do they want a shout out now? Let me tell y'all, if y'all want us to do a topic, just put it in our Gmail. It's Cafe of Knowledge 88@gmail.com. And we will be glad to look over your request. And then, like we always ask you, do you want to remain anonymous, or do you want to have a shout out? So don't be scared. Just send us a topic if you want to know something or have something on your mind. Anyway, so
don't send us something. Try to figure out how to get rid of a dead body or how to kill somebody or whatever.
Oh yeah, no. We don't do that.
There's some folks that's real do that stuff.
Everyday life.
How to get rid of
anything that's going on for us, community relationships, anything like that, just hit us up, and we will, review it, and then we will do it after we review it. Okay. So, Kiana Law, thank you once again. Hello to the family. Tell your family we said hello from NJ&J. But her request is, how long does it take a man to know with the women that he is with if he wants to marry her?
How long does it take for a man to realize while he's with a woman? How long does it take for him to realize he wants to marry her?
How long does it take a man to know the woman he with is if that's who he wants to marry? How long does it take him to be with this woman for him to realize if she is who he wants to marry?
Honestly, not that long.
And no, it's not that long. Usually it takes about 6 months to a year.
Scientifically, biologically wise, this is a proven fact. You can Google it, you can look it up. The average man, more than the average man, the amount of time that it takes for him to genuinely understand and know that this woman is who he wants to marry is approximately 6 months.
Right.
It's scientifically proven.
Right.
It takes no more, no less than 6 months for a man to genuinely know if this is the woman he wants to be with for the rest of his life or not. Now, that's scientific wise. Me personally, my honest opinion, I've been in this route a few times like that, and I would say the maximum is a year.
I would say a year. I would say
You know
a year. Up to about a year, a man should know if that's the woman he wants to marry.
Yeah, because you know them motherfuckers in and out,
Exactly.
back and forth by that time.
Exactly. Anything after a year, I just feel like it's some procrastination going on. He's stalling. He's
just fucking.
Yeah. He just
fucking. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He don't look at that woman, I think, as who he wants to marry.
Yeah.
I think you should have at least, at that point, you should have at least an engagement ring. If that's what I'm talking about for him to realize, I think that's what he realized. Not saying that you push it to that level, but what I am saying is that he has it in his mind that, yep, this is the woman I think I want to. Or promise ring. Right.
I can't lie. I've done that now. I get a woman who I really felt special to. I go get her. I can't sit there and see an engagement. That's a little too fat right now. But it'd be like 6 months, between 6 to 9 months. I've done it before, and it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling this shit. So I'll get a promise ring, and I'll be like, there ain't no little BS, nothing. I get something nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, here you go, baby.
Right.
You know, just let you know that I'm serious about you. Like, don't just think just because we done went this far that it's all games. Like, I want you to know I'm serious. I've done it before.
Right.
Now some dudes don't be doing that junk, and then it ain't been number like 3 months. You've been scared ass off doing that shit.
Yeah, but and you know, I do have to say that women have to understand too that a man doesn't grow up fantasizing about a wedding day,
marriage and stuff.
And marriage.
You know.
Men don't. That's not on their mind like a female. That's not on their mind like a female. A man does not. he didn't grow up saying, oh, well, this is my wedding day. I wonder what my wedding day gonna look like. What I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear this bad blue suit with a gold bow tie. They don't think like women do. Period. They don't. We fantasize as women about our wedding day. Men don't do that. They don't fantasize about that. You have to kind of tell them at a certain point, at a beginning, when you're dating this man, say something like, at the beginning, if you want to be married one day, you need to make that known at the beginning when you first start dating. It's never too early. You can ask them on the first date, like, hey, what are your views on marriage? Are you planning on being married one day? Or are you planning on getting married one day? I'm going to tell you
right now, I'll be like, nothing.
But yeah, probably so. But okay. But then that's when the woman say, well, I want to get married one day.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know what your views were on marriage. Because it's some men that they don't want to be married. They don't want any kids. They don't want all that. So if you just start off dating them,
I done lost some female fans.
But what I'm saying, if
he don't want to be married.
But I'm saying, if you just dating a man for a long time and you never have asked him that, and then you expect that he is going to marry you, I wonder why he ain't asked to marry, because he don't want to. So he never had that in mind. He probably always said to himself, I'm the type that I don't want to get married. So if you haven't asked him that from the beginning, like I said, the first date is never too early. Never too early. You can ask him on the first date, and it's a way to ask him, just like I just said a few minutes ago. You could just say, hey, what are your views about marriage? Are you thinking about getting married one day? And then know from there, and you would know where he stand on that. If he say, yeah, I could see myself getting married one day, or yeah, or he say, oh no, I don't want to get married. I had always said I don't ever want to get married. I just want to date and never get married. Well, then you know that person is not from you for you off bat.
Yeah, now. Yeah, and so from my understanding, I know it's somebody. I'm telling you right now, it's some woman out there right now watching this now. The way I was acting, how I'm responding to everything. Oh, okay. That's the idea with him. No, it ain't like that. It's like, I can't deny it. Possibly someday. But it's going to take a hell of a woman to do that with me. Like, I'm a social scientist at the end of the day. I love studying people. I love psychology. And one thing about women I've learned about hypergamy, I know about, what I'm saying, the way women think, the way they move. Men, I know how genetically wired we are. And so I'm just basically being cautious and I'm taking my time. If anybody was to ask me, it's a few people that know me personally and ask me, they'd be like, when you think you plan on getting married? I will tell them with no hesitation. It'll probably be like I'm in my late 40s to mid 50s. What?
Oh, really?
Why so late? Because by that time and point in my life, I'm pretty sure I can't speak for nobody else. I'm positive that I'm gonna be tired. I'm tired of all the nonsense. I done wild out. I done went to Las Vegas. I done went over to Cancun. I done went to Puerto Rico. I done had me about 3 threesomes. I'm just being real with you. I done did it all. I'm tired now. It's a whole cycle, because life itself is a cycle for most people. So I done lived my life, so now it's like, okay, I'm ready to find, I'm to the age now where I think I'm ready to find me a genuine companion. And you can find somebody at a young age and do all that with, and it can happen.
Right.
But, you're rolling dice usually with that. And so, what I'm saying, a lot of people they're already mentally, that's what they want and desire, but they're still not mentally programmed and ready for it. A woman or a man can sit there and say all day, they want to be married, or they want a companion, but they really still not ready for it for real. So just be true to yourself, man.
And then sometimes you have to be, when a woman is dating that dude and she asks him, what's his views on marriage or whatever, it also depends how a man was raised. Was he raised by a single mother? Because a single mother is a very caring person. She's a very caring person, and a single mother does install values inside of a man, or inside of the child, or whatever man, girl, whatever. She installs, and that son, usually if he's raised by a single mother, he looks up to the mother as what the mother is.
Wow. So basically, I haven't found a woman.
And if the mother is, a certain way, that's what he gonna either look for, or that's what he has in his mind as that's what that woman should be.
God damn. Okay, look. Right? All right, look.
Now,
all right, she done threw me under the bus. All right, look.
Now,
look,
but
you got to be a bad bitch.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know that you got to look at the part. You gotta walk it, talk it. You gotta be beautiful. But you can't look like no wild bat neither.
But look, he always gonna slip something funny up in there. But check this out, 'cause he always wanna lighten the mood. But that is how it goes, y'all. That is definitely how it goes. And then if he was raised in the streets, now he's not gonna respect you as a woman for his marriage. Hadn't even been in his vocabulary. He haven't even heard that at home because the streets raised him. So he's a hard man. He don't look at marriage as marriage. What you want to get married for?
Yeah, it's all about the hustle.
It's all about the hustle. It's like he's not even concerned about marriage. He don't have that same feeling like you have about marriage because he's raised in the streets. The streets don't teach him the sensitivity of being married.
Yeah, it's all about survival.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about survival out there. So he's going to treat that relationship like it's all about survival. You know what I'm saying? It's like I do me, you do you. And then I might do you sometimes when I can, but other than that, it's just I do me. That's where he's raised in the streets, so don't be looking for too much of a married type person like from that type man. Then you have a man who was married by the mother and the father.
Raised.
I'm sorry. He was raised in a two-parent household.
Okay.
And then that's the man that sees marriage much quicker. Because he was raised at home with the mother and the father, and he see how that go. Especially if the mother and father relationship was very loving and they didn't have a lot of arguing or fighting going on. Now, if that couple, if his parents have a lot of fighting and arguing inside the home, that also makes him stray away from wanting to be married.
Right.
Because he don't want that type of lifestyle. Yeah. So see, you have those three categories of men. Was he raised by the mother? Just gave you that one. Was he raised by the streets? Gave you that one. Was he raised by a mother and a father in the home together? Gave you that one. So then you have three scenarios. That's the first thing.
You broke that down.
Then you can go on and then start talking about how long does it take a man to know that you are the one he wants to marry.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then you go to that step. And then I say, there's some men now that also say they can be with you they'll be with you over a year. It's a lot of you, look here, think about it. It's a lot of you that'll date a man for 2 and 3 and 4 and 7 and 10 years. And y'all ain't married yet. But think about it. I know some relationships that they've been together that long and the man will leave, they'll break up, and the man will leave, and within about 6 or 7 months, he done married somebody else. And then they say, then that other woman is like, I was with that boy. I was with that man for 10. I gave him 7 or 10 long years of my life. And he married me. But as soon as he left me, he married that bitch down the street. And he didn't know her but 6 months. And he got married. And just like I said, because he was not, you are the one he didn't want to marry.
I was just finna say, I ain't gonna lie on that one.
He was just holding on to you. He was holding on to you until the one he wanted to marry show up.
That's the cold hard truth right there.
And that's the truth. That's 100.
He just wasn't it.
He was holding on to you until he found that one that he was gonna marry. That's why I tell women, hey, don't waste too much of your time.
You don't know why you really sit there catering and petting them the whole goddamn time. They do it too. They do it to men too. I done been in a situation where motherfuckers just been with me for goddamn 5 years, and then they think, She get with somebody else, then had kids with the nigga, then her dad now got married, she begging him on the knees, she don't want to be with him.
It does happen like
that.
Yeah,
I basically probably was the nigga that she didn't want to be with, exactly. But I'm saying, the whole concept, right, yeah.
She was holding on.
You know who you want when you first
But she was holding on to you until she found that one that she wanted to be with, and that's the same thing how the man does. And you know, yes, we do be saying, our request comes at a person asking these questions, you know, what about if a man? Sometimes we get requests that a man say, what about the woman? You know, and we do that. But actually, everything we are saying go on both hand in hand. You know, everything that we're saying as how long it takes for a man to know, it's the same way for a woman. And sometimes it's quicker for a woman because a woman can kind of look at a man after the first date and everything, and it's probably about 3 months she wants to marry the man. You know, so women a woman fall in love quicker. Yeah. But this is about how long does it take a man to know that the woman he with is the one that he wants to marry. Yeah. And it should not take no more than 6 months to a year for him to know that.
Half a year.
You know, a whole year, a half of 6 months to a year, he should already know that. And you got some men that will say, after about 2 years, a year or 2 years, and they ain't saying nothing to you about it. And you know, sometimes a woman have to come to the man because, like I just said, the man don't really think about marriage like that. He don't. You have to kind of let him know when you about ready. Yeah. Like, you know what? I think you ain't thinking about taking this to the next level. You're going to have to talk to him and see after about that year, ask him, is he thinking about taking this thing to the next level, promise ring or whatever. Now, if he say, oh no, and jump up, pack his bags and leave, well, then you know that he was not planning on being with you. But it is some men that will say he needs time to get himself together before he think about marriage. This is after about 2 or 3 years. Oh, well, you know, I just need a little bit more time to get myself together. That's true. You have to think about it. Sometimes you're supposed to be grateful for that man. You be grateful for the men who do say, hey, look here, I don't think my funds are right. Mm-hmm. I'm not ready for that right now.
Yeah, I had that happen a few times. I had a few women who wanted to marry me, and I was like, I wasn't
you have to think about that. But then, that's if it's up for the woman to say, okay, well then what is it that I need to help you with so that we can get all that out the way? Because some men say, oh, I'm in debt, or I'm just not
okay, now see, I didn't have that. And I don't care who you think you is. You know who you are. You was with me at the time. I ain't getting none of that. I mean, they helped me out now, but they wasn't like, what you need to do with them? They was like, no, you take too long.
No, because, but see, that's not what it's supposed to be. Like, you're not supposed to, if that man say, this is the problem and this is what it is, then you have to respect that. Actually, you want to say, okay, thumbs up to that type of man. But then, if you say, hey, look, because you're trying to move it to the next level. So if you want to really move to the next level with this man, that woman should say, okay, what all is it that you have? And then I could probably help you budget your money to where you can get some of this stuff knocked off you so we can move on.
Hell.
You see what I'm saying?
I can't sit there like most women ain't gonna be able to look because they need help their damn.
No, but I'm just saying that's what you would have to say.
That's a good woman right there.
Right, but I'm saying that's when you know if the man gonna dip, because after you offer that and he still say, oh nah, I'm straight, that means he was using that for an excuse.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
He was using that for an excuse. So you just have to be careful either way it go. And I tell you, Kiana, appreciate it. You brought up a good subject because I had about 3-4 pages of this stuff here.
Damn good subject.
Because it's like 5. I'm gonna give y'all 5 reasons he's stalling marriage, or he says he's not ready for marriage.
All right, make it quick.
Okay, I'm gonna make it quick. He doesn't respect the possibility of your presence, and that I'm gonna tell you about that. Some point in time, he feels like he's not He's not going anywhere.
Oh, he don't respect your absence.
Yeah.
Yeah, he feel like you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, and you know who you is. We all grown around here. I know about 3 of y'all. We cool. You know, 3 of y'all going through that right now. Sitting there dealing with a nigga and y'all don't know why I'm in love with him. That nigga know you ain't going nowhere. That's why he ain't gonna be sending you for real like that. And you still wondering why he doing me like this? He's over here talking to her.
And that's it. He don't respect your absence. And that's just it. And that meaning that if things
you gotta show a nigga.
Gone.
I do it with women all the time. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to no player, but I do it with women all the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying after that
game,
year,
all right, I'm gone.
But after that year, y'all, if you haven't got anything and you come to him with it and he's still coming up with excuses and like he just don't want to make that next little step with a promise ring or whatever like that, it's time to be absent. He don't respect your absence. And once you leave, that gives him a chance to see, I don't like this feeling without her. So let me go back.
But you can't just let him walk back though. Everything I'm telling you, this is how I do with women. So you got the right to do it. I ain't trying to act like I'm just talking about y'all.
The man will respect.
You gotta make that nigga believe.
But I'm just saying,
you gotta scrub them knees.
He has to know that you're not playing. Like this is what I want. And this, after about a year, you have to tell him, this is what I want. And if he keep giving you excuses of why he can't, then that's because he's trying to play a game. And he don't respect your absence. So that's when you have to say, okay, then what I'm going to do is give you some time to think about it, because I'm really the type that wants to be married. I wants to have something on my fingers. You know what I'm saying? And you're not willing to do that right now, and I understand. But I'm just going to give you that time. And then I'm going to take my time. Because, see, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you women something. Where a man drops the ball, there is another man waiting to pick that ball up and make a touchdown. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, she finna start preaching.
No, that's just it. It ain't no preaching to a touchdown. It ain't no preaching to a touchdown.
And you ain't
where
right.
That man don't want you, and he drops the ball by losing you, it's another man that's gonna come and pick up that ball, and he gonna make a touchdown. He gonna be the one that it's not even. It's gonna take right at that 6 months. Hey baby, you wanna get married? Or hey baby, you wanna promise? I got you. You don't even really have to say nothing. That man, they're gonna pick up the ball and make the touchdown.
And the other nigga gonna be like,
but it's too late.
Where'd she go?
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was number 1. He don't respect your absence. Number 2, he is using you. And what I'm saying by using you, he's only with you until he finds the one he really wants to marry. And then you could put it in a shortcut like this. He's staying with you and you preparing him for his wife. His future wife. He's staying with you. And you are preparing him this 2 and 3 and 4 years. You're preparing him for his future wife. Because he sure ain't committing the wifey to you.
What number?
That's number 2. And then number 3 is what we said earlier, that he's saying that he want to get himself together, and then you have to say what is it that you need, or I can help you budget. I ain't saying pay his stuff off. I'm saying help him kind of manage and do his money to where he get all that extra stuff off him. That way he can help with you. And then y'all can start the process. And that shouldn't even take about 3 or 4 months to get him where he paid not one thing off of him, and that way he can pick you up, and then he can start the process with you. So that was number 3. We already talked about that. And then they also have number 4, and it says marriage come more as a, you see that it says marriage comes with more consequences, and that means that number 4 is
and more liabilities.
A man feels that marriage have more consequences and responsibilities than just shacking up with you.
Okay, I'm a victim to this.
Okay,
that's how I feel.
Okay,
it's just too much.
He feel like
it's just too much.
If he marry you, that's too much consequences and responsibility
pressure.
because he gonna go. That can cause him to go broke.
Yeah.
But he feels like if he keeps dating you and only date you and don't commit, that it's cheaper to come out of that and
I still have my freedom.
Not be broke.
And I still got my freedom.
He could cheat and do whatever.
I ain't got to worry about the government butting in. I got to pay them $1,000 just to stop talking to you.
Exactly.
All this nonsense. I ain't got time for all that. Let's just do it the normal way. We can make vows and commitments to each other, and I will still probably give you a ring. We can have a ceremony and everything.
Right.
I ain't signing no goddamn papers.
But I'm saying it's cheaper. Number 4, like I said, it's a marriage costs. He feels like that's consequences and responsibilities to that, and he can become broke with just shacking up with you 3, 4, 5, 6 years. He can cheat on you, mess around on you, and leave you, and it won't cost him nothing.
God damn. Okay, I ain't that roguish now.
No, I'm just saying.
Niggas do it though.
But it won't cost
I
him,
wouldn't do you like that.
It doesn't cost him nothing if he just shacking up with him and he leave. It doesn't cost him nothing like it do if it was a marriage. So that's number 4. Yeah. Number 5 is that man. This is the last one. That man enjoys you, but not love you. And don't get those 2 words mixed up, because a man can enjoy hanging out with you. He can enjoy cuddling with you. He can enjoy having sex with you. He can enjoy, just splurging with you for a little while.
Yeah, I'm
but
this too.
He do not love you.
So we can grow into
love that. Can look the same way as enjoy, but love, they takes it to the next level within that year that we talking about that he knows. And if he doesn't, that means he really doesn't love you. He just enjoy you. And that's what it is. He enjoy your presence. He enjoy hanging out with you. He enjoy living with you for a little while. He enjoy all that, but he do not really love you.
You want to know what the downside of all this is?
Go ahead.
For the women. Because men seem not to give a fuck. I don't know how they get this courage. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a whole dude. I don't know where they get this courage from. But men just act like they just don't give a damn when it comes to this. But the downside is with y'all is when you have a kid with this guy. Oh, like, you're stuck with this motherfucker for like the rest of your life now. And you know what I'm saying? You know you'll never get married to this man. And then don't let you genuinely love him. You got a kid by him now. Man... I say I don't see how the dudes get the courage to do it, because we'll have kids with women that we don't love, and like from our heart we really don't really love them and want to be with them like that. But okay, we got a kid by them now, and it's like most men don't say this out their mouth. You got some cruel dudes out there that have, but most men ain't gonna say this out their mouth, but their actions show it. They like, fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like they barely even around for the kid, they barely doing anything. Whatever. I mean, it's like, how do you? That's got to be that's the top level of stress you gotta have as a man. I feel like, man, that's why I'm very cautious when it comes to this kid stuff, man. I pull out game 100. I don't care what nobody says.
But I do understand.
I'm cautious. I ain't trying to mess up her life nor mine.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you another thing too, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. And it was a good topic. But this goes for not only a man, but like the female. Like we said, this video can go both ways. So men, it's the same way with a woman. In about a year, if you are ready, and she's still holding back, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. That she is only holding on to you
just use it for
until she find that future husband. It's all the same way, because it's the average thing. That's it. But just y'all know this, and then we gonna call it. That's it. But just know this: when you love money, all of us love money. All of us, all of you. I know I do, and know you do. But look, when you love money, the first thing you do, because you love money so much, what you men and women do all the time, y'all make sure y'all secure the bag. You make sure you secure the bag. When you love money, you always secure the bag. I don't care if you don't make that much money. I don't care if you make a lot of money. If you don't make that much money, you always saying, shoot, now I need this $20 here to put up because I got something to do. You secure the bag. So, in a relationship, is the same way. If they merit-minded and they love you the way you want them to love you, they're going to secure the bag. It's the same way. Just like they love money and secure the bag, if they love you, they'll secure the bag. That's all I got to say about that. So, okay, and if you put in the comments what you think or you know, what you want to talk about, but anyway, gain knowledge to prevent blockage. You know what that means. The more you know, it's harder for anyone to stop you from your goals and your success. See you later, y'all.